I have to put together. I just set this up very quickly with, you know what I'm going to do? So today is a very special day. It's Saturday. I don't usually do streams on Saturdays. Fun fact. I usually, let's see, we want this one up. I usually do streams. Oh, good. It's already set up. So all I got to do is I'm going to take this down for half a sec, but at least it's there when I can put it back up real easy. So I don't usually do streams on Saturday. But every once in a while, I like to do a special Saturday stream on request. So basically, I have a system, if you notice the channel points, where if you get enough channel points or are willing to throw in a lot of bits, because I could use the bits, I don't, that's not begging and pleading. Like, I get it that your bits are expensive and I don't need them, but it'd be nice. My point is, though, if you... I will take a guaranteed request for a Saturday. I'll consider other requests usually, but I only do the guaranteed ones for bits and channel points. And so I have so a friend of mine really doesn't like halflings for some bizarre reason. And suggested replacing halflings with Smurf in Greyhawk. Now, I was doing halflings of Greyhawk and the gods of therein and all that jazz. I do Greyhawk streams on Mondays. If you're by on Monday, I'd cook one in Greyhawk. I'd love it if you stop by, but that's not the point. Also, since it's Arisia, I know there's going to be a lot of people coming in who've never been to the channel before, so welcome. My name is Lee. He and vibes today. She or they is fine. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, yes. I did do one last thing that I go down to here. My point on all of that, as such, was that... I did have a point. Another thing you'll notice a lot of in my streams is that I get off track very easily. I tend to get back on easily enough. Just a heads up. I guess that's good enough. We're going to do one thing real quick. We're going to do this. Still streaming. Then we're going to pull it up like this. I tend to do it this way. Shush. Okay. Then we go mute tab. Okay, good. This is how we vibe. I'm going to do one thing very quickly. Grab this, and then turn the volume down so that it will be quiet during my stream. Yes, hopefully that is sufficiently. Okay. Silent. I will fix it later. In any case, welcome. Hi. I'm going to go to Creator Dashboard, and it should allow me to do this. I tend to eat on stream. If it bugs you a lot, I can stop, but it tends to be like a thing. Okay, we're live. Hopefully we won't have connection issues. Hello. I know. I'm wearing Lee clothes, not Amethyst clothes. So, yesterday I did cosplay my monk character from an RPG I played with, actually Sig, who was, to be fair, the one who requested this special topic. So Sig, fun fact, today is Arisia. It is a convention that I was super excited to go to because it was going to be in person, but then the Omicron case levels kept rising, and they eventually realized, this was a bad idea. So, it is not going to be in person, but they're having, all sorts of handy-dandy fun stuff going on over the weekend on the Discord chat. So I have been going there, and there was one for streams. So I said, well, I'm doing a stream at 2 about Smurfs and Greyhawk, because I promised you I'd do a stream about Smurfs and Greyhawk, and I will. So we are... Oh, right, we have to do it this way, because otherwise we can't do the thing. Actually, very clever idea. Okay, so I'm also going to bring up... So my first theory was to, now I could just go and look up what other people who have done Smurfs and Greyhawk, or Smurfs RPGs in general have done, but they tend to be very X-rated, and we are on Twitch, and I can't do an 18 plus thing. You have to, be a certain prestige level to do that. So, I am basically stuck not doing anything too crazy, which is important. I got a new phone as well. Fun fact. So... That's useful. Oh, I should probably mention on the other server. Like you do. Anyway, we're just vibing, and I have the Pathfinder, because I usually play Pathfinder, either Pathfinder First Edition or, hang on. Did I do the thing? I have to fix the thing. Give me half a second. So, I usually do either Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. I have been Pathfinder. What do you know? It's set for Pathfinder. Beautiful. Which is why I'm doing it from the beginning, so I can keep it not X-rated. Trust me, there is a lot of X-rated Smurf stuff out there. It is like a thing. Let's see. Our risk going up. So my plan was to do this. Do that. Yeah, I guess that'll work. But I have to do this. Yeah. Okay. Then do this. So, also, hello. Welcome to new friends. I'm Lee. I don't know if anyone new is actually going to come, because I set it up as Arisia, and it's 2 o'clock. Oh, I have 3 viewers, so welcome. Hello. Hi. So it's 2:06, so we'll give people a little time to come in. In the meantime, okay, so I'm thinking we could go to the back. Fair enough. I wouldn't either, but, yes. So there's a race builder, right? In the back, which we used for the aquatic dwarves. When we did that. That was for my own personal, okay. So, hi! No, that's very fair. If you have to run Discord mod and stuff. Also, hi, welcome to the channel. This is my vibe. You are always welcome. I'm Lee. He, him vibes today. She, they is fine, though. We're chill. Yeah, you're always welcome to hang out. For this stream or any other stream I might do. I love having people say hi in the chat. But, if you need to do other stuff, that is perfectly fine. We're doing Smurfs, and then we're going to try to fit them into Greyhawk lore, because that's what Sig said we should do. So, and I do, Sig got a lot of channel points and, is my main viewer, so I'm willing to, okay. Sometimes you need to, or ecological niche in our campaign world. Such races may be as unique as elves who dwell in Arctic climate, or as simple as elves who dwell in Arctic climate, or as complex as clockwork giants from another plane of existence. Sounds fun. Yes, that's what Sig said we're doing. We're doing Smurfs and Greyhawk. So, or you want to adapt Smurfs because Sig asked nicely. Or has been inspired by some piece of fiction or flight of creative fancy and wants to create a new race for a new character concept not yet seen in Pathfinder, such as Smurfs. The following rules allow GMs or even players with GM oversight to create new races that are that are balanced and meshed with the core races. In addition, these rules allow you to create powerful races meant to take on more challenging encounters than is typically faced by the core races. You can create new races, mod after race after an existing monster, or even power up core races in order to play those races side by side with more powerful new races. Well, we'll see. Let's start with the basics. We're going to start with the race builder. We're going to build Smurfs as we go. We have some new friends joining us. Not many, but a couple. So I'm going to start with doing this. We're going to... Oh, right. I should have done that. So what we're going to do, I have a new setup. Up. Right here. Perfect. Yes? It works. Okay. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go like this. Because if you do not save your work, you are it will get lost and you will be upset about it. So we're going to do that so I can save easily. Hopefully, you know what, I'm going to bump up the... Okay, also, frick that. No. We need to do Times New Roman. I want Times New Roman. I don't notice it a lot of the time, but if I do notice it, it's going to bug me, so we're going to do it to Times New Roman. And size 12 is a little small, so what we're going to do is do this, and no, we're going to go up to 14. Because that way you guys can read too. Sure. Okay, so we got this going. Yeah. Basics. Then we're going to grab the... I'm actually using my really cool necklace as a bookmark. The necklace is from Relentless Rebels. I'm going to post a link. I'll post another one later. I'll talk to them about them more later, but I'm going to post a link in the chat because they are my sponsor. You don't need to capitalize the www for... Yeah, I'm going to post a link and the super secret code that you can use to get 20% off. Just because they're my sponsors and I do appreciate them a lot. Also, Arisia is a Boston-based convention that is really awesome, and it's not their fault. Omicron variant is people are being stupid, and we don't have a reasonable, case rates are skyrocketing, and we can't do in-person stuff yet. So it is what it is. You gotta just live with it. So we're living with it by doing. That's the train. A convention, and I already set it up so I would come home to Massachusetts for the party, for Regis. So I figured, why don't I just come home to Massachusetts anyway, see my parents? Smurf Finder. I guess so. Sure. If you want to do it that way. But, I should have brought my copy of the core rulebook, but it's heavy and hard to transport. But yeah, so I am streaming from Massachusetts, which is very far away from anywhere, but, far from where I usually stay. Ooh, weighings. Ooh, those are cool. Okay. Race Builder. Here we go. We should do another stream on the Advanced Race Guide, because it's a lot of fun. Maybe some other Friday. Let's see. Okay. This chapter features numerous examples of races designed with the Race Builder. Sidebars early in the chapter offer detailed examples from races found in Pathfinder RPG Bestiary, Bestiary 2, and Bestiary 3 that would normally have racial hit dice, skills, and other abilities. PC members of such races, however, calculate these benefits based solely on their class. Note that these races are only an approximation of their monstrous counterparts and may not match exactly. Later in this chapter, sidebars detail entirely new races created using the Race Builder rules. Lastly, the final section of the chapter breaks down the points and abilities of core races and many of the featured and uncommon races. Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's do it. This race builder allows you to create a new race by buying racial qualities and racial traits with race points. There are a number of differences between racial qualities and racial traits. The main difference is that racial qualities are mandatory. You must make a choice for each category of racial qualities provided in these rules, whereas racial traits are optional. Oh, you gotta be smurfing kidding me. The 6 categories of racial qualities, including type, subtype, size, base speed, ability score modifiers, and languages. Racial traits present a number of interesting options for the race you are creating, from expanded modes of movement and bonuses on skill checks to even stranger powers like frightening croak ability or the ability to change shape. Racial traits are split up into a number of different categories, such as defense, offense, and magical traits. Ooh, maybe we could try something like the WoW as it is presented in Warhammer Fantasy, not as it is presented in Warhammer. Warhammer Fantasy. Wow, okay. I need to practice. Warhammer Fantasy, as opposed to Warhammer 40k, which is a completely different ability. But the racial ability of WoW means that, like, orcs and orcoids, Gretchens, I believe is the term in 40k, but I think they're actually goblins in fantasy, get more powerful the more of them there are, right? So Smurfs, I feel like, would work that way just because Smurfs they come in groups. You don't find lone Smurfs. That's not a thing. They come in colonies. Actually, we could do like a whole ecology section on how that would work, and then where in Greyhawk you would find them, and other such, and how they interact with the other Greyhawk powers. Yeah. Alright, we have to determine the power level. It is not going to be over 9,000. They're not Goku. The GM decides that it's based on the needs of her campaign. The power level of the race determines the number of race points you get to build the race, as well as the maximum number of racial traits you can choose from each racial trait category, and what kinds of traits you can take from those categories. Hello, Biggie Paw! Welcome! We're doing a pretty chill vibe stream. We're taking the Race Builder in the back of the Pathfinder Advanced Race Guide, and we're building Smurfs. because, okay, fair. The Ultramarines, yes, they do have a reputation as the Smurfs. Oh, no, that's an interesting thing, though. It would be like the Halfling Lucky trait, right? Where you can reroll ones, except it only works if there's a certain number of Smurfs around, and if they get more, they can get, like, reroll ones and twos if there's, like, 10 Smurfs at a time. That could be interesting, but I think you need to have 5 Smurfs at a mob to get the luck, and then that might be a thing we could do. It wouldn't exactly be kosher of the racial luck bonus. So, like, a +1 to any roll, simply because there's other Smurfs around? Okay. So, let's see. Should we go standard, advanced, or monstrous? Well, when we did aquatic garbs, we did standard. Wow. Ooh, that's a thought. A +1 to any. The problem with that is it busts. So if you roll like a 10, for example, the +1 luck bonus helps. If you roll a 20, that bumps up your maximum possible roll, and I feel like that's a little. You know what I mean? That's why I was thinking reroll ones and twos, because that's. But we'll see. I think advanced. We could do advanced. All right. Smurfy magic. I mean, yeah, they do have. That's why I'm thinking it would get a little extra bonus to rolls and stuff, as opposed to, can they breathe underwater? That's an important question. They can't fly. We know that. It might bump the movement speed a little bit, though, honestly, because they're fast. They're small and fast. They'd definitely be small, not medium or large. Yeah, they can't breathe underwater. Okay, so, no, they can only. Why are you doing that? I told you to be quiet. Anyway, okay, so we're going to do 11 through 20 race points. I don't know how many we're going to have exactly, but I'm going to put that up there just to keep us on track in terms of balancing. All right. So we can take 4 traits per. He's mostly dangerous to fellow Smurfs, though, not to enemies. If I remember my source material correctly, which we're going to work on ecology after we get the basics down, but a shared history and cultural identity. While the race builder presents many options for creating new races, it may be tempting to treat each section as a buffet of options to help you ferret out the most optimal choice for your character. It's generally more beneficial for your campaign world to conceptualize your race first. Before choosing options, consider answering some questions about your race and its culture. Answering these questions can aid you in making reasonable choices about the quality and traits of your race so that you can better fit into the game world, rather than just being a collection of seemingly random options. Such questions might include the following. Where does your race tend to live, and why? They live in, That's an interesting thought. That might be Smurf's battle strategy. Do you think Smurfs are like, tieflings? Where they get, I feel like they're like tieflings. Because otherwise they would, either, because then the names wouldn't, the only way the names match that perfectly is if they chose the names, either chose names for themselves based on their own qualities, or they somehow melded to fit their names based on some sort of latent psychic power. But I feel like it's more of a tiefling thing where they choose their name based on their own merits when they get older. So, like, yeah, I feel like they choose their name based on their own merits. They probably have a coming of age ceremony where you get to choose the name and they get a hat and whole thing. And that would be interesting. There's probably we could work with this a little bit. We could do ecology things that are not just porn, because there's a lot of that. We could do like, okay, so they have Fey ancestry the same way elves do, probably. Okay, small Fey ancestry. All right, we got this. History, creation myth, relationship the race have with other races. They have allies, competitors, enemies, hated foes. Apparently, they have a beef with halflings. Goodness sake. What classes do they tend to favor? Yeah. Okay. If you are using these rules and you are not the GM, make sure you work closely with your GM to create a race that fills a definite niche and need in her campaign world. Yeah. You gotta play with your GM. Be nice to your GMs. Basically. It's important. Concept. Oh yes, that was that one. So we have racial qualities. The next step is to choose your race's racial qualities. You must select an option from each of the following quality categories. Qualities or aspects of qualities that often serve as prerequisites for racial traits. Okay. Races without constant... Oh! Hang on. They probably have damage reduction against non-attack damage, stuff like fall damage, environmental attacks, and such. I feel like that... I don't know if it's a possibility to give them, but I feel like that would be the only case that they get damage reduction. It's only for environmental effects and not attacks. I feel like that would be a thing. Okay. All right. Races without constitution. They're not that. I did. Heroic is roll 2d6 and add 6 to the sum of each. Okay. So we got aberration, construct, Fey. All right, Fey. So we got Fey. We've agreed that they are Fey. True. Hang on. Well, the cats aren't... To be fair, the cat isn't a giant cat. It's a, regular-sized cat. They're just very small. But if they still have hit points based on class levels instead of... Yeah. Because an average house cat does, like, 1d4 bludgeoning damage with a bop. And even if the Smurfs are tiny, if they have hit points based on class levels, they're going to have at least a d6 worth of hit points when they start out. And with a d6 plus con, you know, they can survive a hit or two from a cat, right? Yeah. They're incredibly hit point dense. That's why they can survive being hit by a cat. Okay, Faye. Low light vision, breathe, eat, and sleep. Okay, yeah, we agreed on that. Pretty much always. I think anyone with one racial that has, at least based on... No, he isn't a giant cat, but he has a cat that tends to bop them around. Yeah, but because creatures that have class level hit die have... That's why... is Ezreal the cat's name? Not the guy's name. I know he has the guy and you have the cat. 2 RP. Okay. It also gives So got low light vision as a racial trait. Interesting. Okay, I think low light is okay, hyphenated. Excellent. Oh, Amanda! Hi! Gargamel is the guy. Yes, Gargamel is just a regular sized human. Smurfs are just tiny. Also, hi, Amanda. I didn't say hi because I got so distracted by the chat, but welcome. You are the bestest, and I love having you in here. So, welcome. There's supposed to be a convention today in Boston. It got canceled because COVID. So we're doing an online convention, and that's why Arisia in the name. So hopefully a couple of people from the convention show up and hang out with the chat with us. I would love to see it. If not, no worries. I got you guys. We're good. We're building Smurfs. I realized it, but I didn't cognize it quite right. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, Amanda's saying. Wait a second, Amanda's here. Hi. You know? It's super exciting. I knew it was you, but I didn't know it was you. You know what I mean? Oh, wow, we have 9 people viewing. Hello, welcome, new viewers. Oh, by the way, my name is Lee. He and Vibes today. Sheer Day is fine. We are doing a building of Smurfs for Pathfinder. Also, I love it when people talk in the chat. Feel free to say hi. If you just have it in the background, that's cool. But I do love when people say hi. You are all welcome here. If you say anything transphobic, I might kick you out. But I think I've only had to do that one. I mean, yeah, okay. Fair. Also, most of the other, you got you, Amanda, Biggie Paw, and a few others in chat. All regular, and Tapow is popping in while she's doing the Discord, which is cool. Beans. Oh, yes. Low light vision. Okay. Yes. So we have Faye, but also need to, require food, sleep. Oh. Food, sleep, and air. Okay, so. Oh! Kayla's here. It'd be fun. Yeah, she's lurking. Probably lurking. She has to work on Saturdays, I think, so. I mean, yeah, you know. Stupid. Alright, anyway. Low light vision. Required and low light vision. Okay, so we got Faye. 2 RP, yes. Okay. Undead, monstrous, no. Okay, so. Size. We have large, medium, small, or tiny. I think tiny. Yeah, true. You are popping in. Blood is purple. Alright, I'm gonna note that into other. I'm putting in other quality. Yeah, I know, Rox, I consider you one of our, regulars in the same vein. I didn't mention you by name, though. But welcome. Always good to have you here. Okay, we got purple blood, blue skin, obviously. Ba-ba-bum. Oh! Yeah, I figured you had to work. That's a bummer. But, you know, we're creating Smurfs in Greyhawk, and they are Fae. So, hello, and you're always welcome to lurk. Whenever you have a moment. I always appreciate having you kicking around. You know? No worries. Okay, purple blood, blue skin. What else do we put? Oh, okay. So, okay, we're gonna do a tiny. So that's right, because they're, yeah. Okay, good. Boop. Okay. All right. Ooh, that might be an interesting cultural note. Okay, others. Ooh, the only thing about red is, the Papa Smurf wears red, so it might be a. Oh yes, that's a speech pattern thing. Okay. Oh, I had a whole thing about Smurfs. So I created, back when I was young and foolish and doing creative stuff like this, I created this concept that I never wrote about, which is why you write these things down so you don't forget them, about Smiths, which were like Smurfs, but they were green, and they were all women with like a few men between them. And it became a whole thing. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Worth noting. Nope. Sorry, never heard of it. 4RP. What does the tiny do? +2 bonus to dex and a -2 size penalty, so +2 dex, -2 to strength. Ba-bum. +2 size bonus to AC. Okay. -2 on combat maneuvers. And combat maneuver defense. That could be a possibility. We'd have to figure that one out in a minute, but sorry. Base speed quality. You got slow or normal, so 30 feet or 20 feet. Okay. +8 to stealth checks. They are sneaky little buggers. Ooh. Hang on. Does small get +4 size bonus on stealth checks? Okay. Cannot attack adjacent spaces. Oh yeah, it has to have pants, obviously. Interesting. Sorry, I need to get okay. There we go. That might be a possibility. I'm thinking, though. Here, let's make the formatting a little better. There we go. other. So we got 6 so far. I would say it would be like Druidcraft. Yeah, I would say maybe Druidcraft. I did think catnip. Ooh, that's a thought. So always provoke attacks of opportunity. Because they have to enter the opponent's square. That's a thought. We'll get to that. That would make sense as why their name, which would mean that they are created by each other in perpetuity, because the Papa Smurf would create a replacement for himself. No, hang on. Tiny creatures take up a space of 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. So up to 4 of these characters can fit in a single square. Tiny creatures typically have a natural reach of 0 feet, meaning they can't reach into adjacent squares. They must enter an opponent's square to attack it in melee. This provokes an attack of opportunity from the opponent. Since they have no natural reach, they do not threaten the squares around them. Other creatures can move through these squares without provoking attacks of opportunity. The tiny creatures typically cannot flank an enemy. Maybe. I think moving into the square, though, I think it's if you move into the square. You have to move into the same square as your opponent to... Like, you can move around the square without provoking attacks of opportunity because of your size. But going into the square, I think you do. I think that's the rule. But I'd have to check that up on that exactly. Okay. Ability score modifier quality. Next step is to determine the ability score modifier quality for your race. In many ways, choosing the quality is one of the most important choices when creating a new race, as it determines many of the native abilities of that race. With the exception of human heritage modifier quality, when you choose a race's ability score modifiers, you're choosing what ability scores are modified for every member of that race. Only the human heritage modifier allows individual members to decide which ability score is modified during character creation. Yeah, okay, move around, but not move through the same squares. Like, he wouldn't provoke an attack of opportunity going through the squares next to someone because he's small. But going into the square to attack would provoke an attack of opportunity. I think. Physical and mental. Exactly. That's why you get the attack of opportunity when you move into the square to attack, as opposed to when you move past, because you're too small to attack when moving past. But when you move into the square, you get an attack of opportunity, but you have to be in the square to attack your enemies because you're small, or tiny, as the case may be. That's the way it's worded in here. I don't know. I was a very rules-loose DM, so, back when I played Pathfinder, so, advance. Pick either mental or physical ability scores. Remember, this race can have +2 bonus to all those scores and a +4 bonus to one score of the other type, and -2 penalty to one ability score of the other type. That is intensive. Then you got flexible. +2 bonus to any 2 ability scores. Greater Paragon. Members of this race gain a +4 bonus to 1 ability score, -2 penalty to 1 physical ability score, and -2 penalty to 1 mental ability score. So, basically, you get they already have -2 strength. So, you could do, say, -2 strength and -2 wisdom. I would say -2 wisdom. -2 strength and -2 wisdom. And then +4 for charisma. That might be a way to do it. Then you could take either mental or physical ability scores. Members of the race take -4 penalty to one of these ability scores, -2 to another of those ability scores, and +2 to the other ability score. Oh, so it would be like -2 strength, -4 strength, -2 constitution, +2 dex kind of deal. Where, alright. Then you got mixed weakness. Pick either mental or physical ability scores. Members of the race get a +2 bonus to 1 ability score of that type, and a -2 to another ability score of that type. Now get a +2 bonus to 1 ability score of the other type, and a -4 penalty ability score of that other type. Okay. Paragon is +4 bonus to a single ability score, and -2 penalty to either all physical or mental ability scores. Smart little buggers, true. +2 to 1 physical, +2 to 1 mental, and -2 penalty to something else. Then the weakness is +2 bonus to 1 physical, +2 bonus to 1 mental, and a -4 to something. I would say a minus to constitution. Honestly. Actually, no. I feel like weirdly plus to constitution. I think greater... they definitely have minus to constitution. I feel like that's a given. I don't think Paragon is greater Paragon. So it's +4 bonus to 1. -2 int. Interesting. See, I was going to put plus an int. I was going to put -4 to con, because I already taken the -2 into strength because of the tiny thing. So I was thinking -4 to con. That's true. That's true. That would be weakness. Actually, yeah, I would say more smart than wise. They're not particularly high wisdom. They don't strike me. They can think of schemes and stuff, but I don't think they can, like, they don't have a lot of common sense. So +2 and +2 and a -2 and a minus. Mixed weakness is +2, +2. +2 is not great, but human heritage. Specialized. +2. Yeah, I would say +2. Yeah, okay, but he's the exception, not the rule. He's the exception, not the rule. I would say -2 con, +2. Yeah, let's do specialized. I think I got some good for this. I'm gonna go for specialized. Okay. Papa Smurf is the exception. I would say, no, I would say +2. Yeah, I'm gonna say that they're smart rather than wise. So they could be +2 intelligence, +2, +2 intelligence, +2 charisma. They definitely have a charisma bonus. +2 intelligence, +2 charisma, and then a -2 constitution. Although, to be fair, they actually have a weirdly good constitution. So, standard, could do weakness. Like, +2 con, +2 charisma, and -4. No, that's not right. I could do -4 int. That might be interesting. A -4 intelligence. No, that can't be right. This one has a -4, a -2, and a +2. No. Well, hang on. Because they already have the -2 on strength, so I don't want to. No, you know what? They could ditch the strength a lot, so that would be a thing. I could do advanced, but I don't think that would help much. That would be a +2 to all of the mental stats, and a +4 to say dex, and then a -2 to strength. No, that's not right. You know what? I think it's gonna go with Greater Paragon. We're gonna do +4 charisma, -2 int. Yeah. I think this is gonna work. Paragon. Greater Paragon. And then that's 2 race points. All right. So we get +4 charisma, -2 one physical, -2 int and -2 strength. I think that's a good balance, right? Maybe. That's a lot. You know what? Yeah. We have -2 and a -4. All right, let's, you know what we should do is we should do mixed weakness and then do, you know what, -4 int. No, that's a lot. -4, no, -4 wisdom. -4 wisdom. I think -4 wisdom is a lot, but I don't think that's... I mean, 14 wisdom is... I feel like 14 wisdom is enough for someone like Papa Smurf. And then he would bump it up to, as he got older, bump it up to, say, keep bumping it up. So he ended up with like 16, and that would be about max. But I would cap out the wisdom at like 16. I think... Yeah, I'm going to do a -4 wisdom. No. -2 wisdom, -4 strength. Which, yeah, I know it's a lot, but... That's true. Yeah, so -4 strength, and then +2 con. And then you got -2 -2, I'd say then there's +2 charisma. And then -2, okay, strength should outlies. Yeah, so let's do that. And then -2 on, I'm going to say, so, I'm going to say wisdom. I'm going to say Papa Smurf is also true, yeah. So, they're at a full -6, which, yeah, they're at a full -6, which I think works well. And mixed weakness is, hang on, this is how we're going to do it. There we go. Beautiful. And then this is mixed weakness is -2. That can give us some flexibility later in terms of not going over on the yeah, so right, so yeah, I think that works. And the +2 hit points, it makes sense if they are all buffed up on the hit points, given a propensity for taking damage. It makes sense if they had high con. And, let's see. Other stuff. Okay, so we got that. Mixed weakness, we got tiny. So we got 4 so far. Out of, 4 out of 11. So we're good. So we got that. Language quality. So I would say they automatically get Sylvan, which is the Fey language, and probably a Smurfin dialect, I would guess. I'm not Druidic, but centaurs are large, which makes sense. They're not medium-sized. They're large. Sorry. Also, let me check something real quick. Okay, we're down to 7 viewers. That's fine. I am, I wasn't expecting a lot for today. So we probably don't get a lot of new viewers, but if we do, hi, my name is Lee. Yim Vibes today. Sheer Day is fine. We're pretty chill with that. We're doing Smurfs. We are building Smurfs as per the Pathfinder Advanced Race Guide, the race builder in the back. We are using them to build Smurfs. Why? Because Sig asked to. And then we're going to add them to Greyhawk because also part of the quest. I do stream quite often, and I have infinity number of vibe points because I just am a vibe, apparently, so that's cool. But there's that. But yeah, if you look under the vibe point section, there's a choice of Saturday special, and right, but I mean, I agree in certain cases, yes, but also, I feel like charisma. I feel like charisma and wisdom are part of, I feel like they need a charisma boost, because I feel like that's part of how the Smurfs just are, you know what I mean? Like, they're social creatures, they're social, they do that, they need a charisma, and, I thought the mixed weakness was a good way to get a bonus in both the physical and mental, and then, I feel like it worked. Alright, I don't know, I feel like that worked as well, but that's just me. I feel like they need the charisma, and the wisdom makes sense to have a negative, they, maybe, other than the fact that they, I don't know, I haven't watched the Smurfs in a long time, to be fair. I mean, I guess we could do, let's see, yeah, so +2, and a -4. So you think I should track it down to weakness, and then I would argue against the extra personable, but I would, I'll concede on the wisdom. I don't think they're particularly unwise. So I'll bring it down. I'm gonna hold fast on the, that they have the extra charisma boost. The leaderly thing, no. They, I think they do. Plus, I think there's almost every race, except humans, gets a +2 pluses. And I feel like Constitution and Charisma are good ones. Because they are personable. They're social creatures. They have, they're friendly and chill and cutesy cartoon characters. Of course they're going to have a little extra charisma boost, you know? Well, that's why I did the -2 to strength based on that, and then a -4. That's why I moved it into weakness. So they get the -4, but also 2 +2s. A +2 to Constitution, +2 to Charisma. Because they already get the -2 strength from being tiny, so this is already down to a -6. Because I think that's about as much as you can really do without making it unplayable. You know what I mean? So, okay, language quality is speed, say, okay, so we got, okay, physical, mental, okay, so language is, if your race is native to the Darklands, common, undercommon, say linguist, core rulebook, for a list of languages. Constructs and their races usually have racial languages of the race that created them. Right. That's true. Also true, which is why tiny weapons have very, very low damage output. If you look at the weapons, they have the tiny weapons do half of the small. So like a tiny sword does a D3, I think. I think a tiny dagger does D2. You know, so it's like tiny weapons do hurt a lot less. Hence, you know, the carry weight. The carry weight would be for everything other than the equipment. So, for example, yeah, it would wouldn't affect say armor, but it would it would affect armor because it's how much you can carry proportionally to your weight. So, I think chainmail, for example, has a minimum. Oh yes, a level 12 Smurf Rogue is like it's like stepping on a Lego. Or it's like getting a pin stuck, like a tiny nick right in your carotid artery. Which is that's what sneak attack is, right? It's just exactly the wrong spot. So it's like getting a tiny nick in your carotid artery. Not much damage overall, but the fact that it's in your carotid artery is not so good. Or your jugular. Whatever this blood vessel is that's right here. I think it's your jugular and your carotid artery right here, if I remember correctly. Anyway, okay, language quality. Bonus languages for the race. Linguists, members of the race start with common plus their racial language. Furthermore, this members of the race titled intelligence can learn any languages they want. Standard members of this race start with common and their racial language. Furthermore, choose and then xenophobic is members of this race start with their racial language only. Races without racial language cannot take this array. Furthermore, choose up to 4 languages, one of which must be common. Members of the race high intelligence score can choose any of them. I'm going to go with linguist. I think they don't wear shirts. I think they can wear armor on their legs. That might be a thing, is they only wear armor on their legs. So they get half benefit from armor because their legs are armored, but their tops aren't. Hang on. I would say, you know what? I would do the same thing I did with the aquatic dwarves, which is they don't automatically speak common, but they do get 2, so they get Sylvan and Smurfian, and yes, I'm gonna do one race point. Okay. So they get Sylvan, Smurfian, and then so then they learn high intelligence Smurfs can. They wish, except possibly, except druidic. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. I think that works. Okay. So, hit save, because you always hit save. And there we go. Sorry. We're going down even more viewers. That's okay. That is all right. Then, okay, so now we get to racial traits. Here we go. Traits per category. So we got ability score, racial traits. Ooh. You can get extra ability score boosts based on racial points. Interesting. So we could boost intelligence or wisdom based on RP race points. Ancient foe. Choose one monster type or subtype of the humanoid type. Members of theirs gain a +2 dodge bonus AC against monsters of that type and a +2 racial bonus on combat maneuver checks made to grapple creatures of that type. Gnomes and giants have that one. Also, hello, welcome. I know a lot of new people are coming in because of Arisia, which I appreciate. My name is Lee. He vibes today. She, they is fine. This is my channel. We do RPG stuff. Right now we're doing Pathfinder 1st Edition Advanced Race Guide and building Smurfs because reasons. And then we're going to try to set them in Greyhawk because other reasons. But mostly because it was requested by one of our longtime viewers. And I tend to take requests seriously if they come from the thingamabob. So, yeah. So we're building a breeze kist. Members of this race are surrounded by swirling winds, getting +2 racial bonus to AC against non-magical ranged attacks. That sounds cool. They can calm or renew these winds as a swift action. Once per day, a member of this race can channel the wind into a single gust, making a bull rush or trip combat maneuver against one creature within 30 feet. Doing so exhausts the user's breeze kist ability for 24 hours. This is a supernatural ability. Cat's luck. +2 racial bonus to dexterity. Benefit. Members of this race gain the following extraordinary ability. Once per day, whenever this race makes a reflex saving throw, it can roll saving throw twice and take the better result. It must use this ability before attempting the saving throw again. Ooh. Well, it has... Okay, so here's a question. The prereq for that is a +2 racial bonus to dex. Now, we got a +2 size bonus. Does that count? That would be the... quality, construct Fey, we got +2 size bonus to dexterity and size bonus, so we'd have to give them an extra +2 dex, an extra +2 dex, and then have the cat's luck, which makes sense for Smurfs. I mean, it's ironic they named it after cats, because they can dodge and duck really well, and I feel like having extra dex makes sense for that. Maybe we could do +2 dex instead of +2 con. Might make sense. And then they could do the cat's grace. Battle hardened, so we got the defense traits, and then we got fearless, fiendish resistant, fey damage resistant. Damage resistance of 5 except for cold iron. So anything other than cold iron, they get a damage resistance of 5. Which makes sense given the circumstances of, that actually makes sense. So why don't, that would be ability score, defense, racial traits. So that's standard. Oh, wow, there's a lot. Okay. And then monstrous, damage reduction, and... Moon touched, which gives you damage reduction, but against everything except silver. Skeletal, gain DR5 bludgeoning. So against slashing and piercing. Natural armor, improved natural armor. I think you'd have to put natural armor first and then have improved natural armor. Yeah, so you have to put natural armor, +1 natural armor, and then if you want to do improved natural armor, you have to get, another 2 race points. Okay, so how much, what are we working with here in terms of budget? Let me see. 2 plus 4 is, so that's 6, 5. No, so those cancel each other out. So just 6. So we get 5 more. 5 to 20. So we need to start with. Yeah, that actually makes sense. So we could change the +2 con bonus to +2 dexterity, or add the +2 dexterity to give him cat's luck. What else we got besides defense? Hang on. Advanced. Okay, monstrous. Okay, standard. So then you got feats and skill. Feats and skill. Magical. Extra racial traits. Elven magic. Caster level checks. Induce neighbors receive +2 bonus on spellcraft checks. Fell magic. Ooh. +1 to the bonus DC of any necromancy spells they cast. Okay. So they get extra spell-like abilities, kind of like gnomes. That might be a useful one. Okay, so craft or profession checks to create objects from metal or stone. That might be a useful one for Smurfs, because I feel like I don't know if there's one that gives them just all the cantrip, but I feel like they deserve that. Okay, so racial traits. Racial traits. That's qualities, and then traits are. We got. Okay, hang on. No. We go out. Like this. That. Yeah, like that. Okay, sorry. Yes. Okay, so. Sorry, I was fixing the formatting a little. So I'm gonna go with. Let's start with Fey damage resistance. Fey, not Frey. Fey. Damage resistance. DR 5 except for cold iron. Okay. Proved resistance. Lucky greater. Members of get a +2 racial bonus on all saving throws. I think that would be okay. So that's Fey damage resistance. So this is okay. So let's do this, and then we'll put it like this. Boom, and then we'll put how many RP? Okay, that's 3 RP. Yeah, why don't we give him Fey damage resistance? That's 3. So that brings it up to. That's 9. Okay, so it's 9 and then 13. So then. Okay, so then we get feats and skills. So we can do that plus greater lucky. Well, okay. Lucky lesser. But +1 racial bonus on all saving throws. That's 2 RP. If we move it up to 4 RP, we can get +2 bonus on all saving throws. I'm leaning more toward because it's through 20, right? So we can get a little higher than 11, and I think is I think a +2 bonus on all saving throws. Because they do tend to bounce and move and be able to tank damage. Like, they're weirdly good at that stuff, and I think weirdly good at resisting stuff, and I think that's part of their smurfiness. So I'm going to add that as a trait. They have low light vision, so that's a start. No. Yeah, so I would say that's 2, that's 4 RP. 2, plus 2 bonus. Yeah, like, okay, that's a good start. So plus 2 bonus on all saving throws. Damage resistance, that's 3, that's 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 so far. So we can have up to 20. Let's see, emissary, flexible bonus. An extra bonus feat would be cool, but I don't think. On bluff and diplomacy checks, and they learn 1 additional language every time they pull a rank in the linguistics skill. Gifted linguist, standard or linguist language. Members of this race gain plus 4 bonus on linguistic checks, and they learn 1 additional language every time they put a rank in the linguistics skill. That's pretty cool. I would say gift of tongues though. Plus 2 on bluff and diplomacy checks and additional language. Yeah. Agreed. Remember this, gregarious. This race is at least plus 2 racial bonus to charisma. When members of the race successfully use diplomacy to win over an individual, that creature takes minus 2 penalty on attempts to resist any member of the members of the charisma-based skills for the next 24 hours. Once you like them, they're curiosity. I think Gift of Tongues makes sense for Smurfs. They're eloquent and yeah, I feel like that's a vibe. So we're gonna go Gift of Tongues. That brings up to 15. So then plus 1 racial bonus. Diplomacy checks, and then plus 2 bonus on bluff and diplomacy checks, and one additional language. All right, there's that. Boom. Bop. Okay. So that's 15. That's pretty good. We have a few more we can work with. Silver-tongued. Hypnotic. Heavenborn. Lightbringer, magical linguist. Language dependent. Okay. Advanced, standard. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, but it's not. It is intensively long. It is a little long, but it is, it also is, I'm using big print and, like if I were to put this down into size, the same size it is in the core rulebook, I don't think it would, I don't think it would take up nearly that much room. It's just formatted in a way that makes it intentionally long. Does that make sense? Choose second level or lower spell that does not attack a creature or deal damage. Remember this race uses the spell as spell-like ability once per day. The caster level of the spell is equal to the user's character level. Special trait costs as many RP as the spell level chosen. Minimum 1 RP. This trait can be taken up to 3 times. Each time you take an additional spell, adjust the RP cost of the trait accordingly. So I would say... Seducer, Enchantment, School, Pyromaniac, Object of Desire, Charm Person or Charm Monster, no. Arcane Focus, Change Shape. Members of the race gain the following supernatural ability. A member of this race can assume the appearance of small or medium humanoid as Alter Self spell, save that it does not adjust its ability score. So, basically, they could grow themselves to halfling size, essentially. Or, have bigger forms. That is an interesting possibility. Appearance of a single form of a single humanoid race of its size. The form is static and cannot be changed each time it takes the form. The creature gains a plus 10 racial bonus on disguise checks made to appear as a member of the race whose appearance it assumes. Changing its shape is a standard action. This trait otherwise functions Alter Self if the creature does not adjust its ability scores. So, basically, you could make they could look like pixies, essentially. Size is not a thing, so, yeah, you'd have to get, following, once per day, a member of this race can change its appearance to look as if it were little more than a 4-foot-tall area of shadow. Its physical form still exists and is not incorporeal, only its appearance changes. The race trait works like invisibility, except the effect only lasts 1 round per level. Maximum of 5 rounds. So, turning into shadow, not a very Smurfy trait. Dream Speaker. Members of this race get a +1 bonus on the saving throws, DCs of the spell of the Divination School, and spells that produce sleep effects when they cast. In addition, members of this race with charisma score of 15 or higher may use Dream once per day as a spell-like ability. So, no. I'm trying to give... I feel like... I feel like... They could have gnome magic. That could be a thing. I think you have to be a gnome subtype to get it. Yeah. Gnome magic. Gnome subtype. Yeah, no. Hypnotic, gaze. Once per day, a member of race can attempt to hypnotize a single target as per the spell Hypnotism. The caster level equals the character level. The effects of the hypnotic gaze last only 1 round. Could be something. Immortal Spark. No, that won't work. But hypnotic? No, I don't think Smurfs can do that. Members of this race are immune to light-based blindness and dazzle effects and are treated as 1 level higher when determining effects of any light-based spells or effects they cast. A member of this race has intelligence of 10 or higher. They may use light at will as a spell-like ability. I think that one is a good one. So let's go Lightbringer. That brings us up to 17. Yeah, that's Lightbringer. So it's 2 RP and they have cantrip as a spell-like ability, right? So okay, spell-like ability, lesser. Constant spell-like divination. Choose one of the following spells. Detect magic, detect poison, detect secret doors, detect undead. Members of this race and use this spell as a constant spell-like ability. The caster of the spell level-like ability is equal to the caster's user level. That one might be interesting. So, always have detect magic. I feel like detect magic's a good, because then they'd always be able to tell magic. Choose 3rd level or 4th level spell that does not attack a creature or deal damage. Members of this race can use, so I think it would be a cantrip. I would argue for allowing unlimited use at will of a cantrip level spell for spell like available ability lesser. I think that's okay. Wait, hang on. There's also movement, offensive. Hang on, offensive, and then we got senses and light and dark, multi-talented. Okay, so they have movement. You know what? I think constant spell like divination. That's 3. So that would bring them up. And I would say 1 RP. If they don't get the immunity, I would say 1 RP for the constant use of the light cantrip. That would be a fair 1. Although light, that doesn't seem like a thing that they have. I don't think they've ever seen them do that. But the ability to know when magic's afoot, that seems smurfy. So why don't we do constant spell like divination. So that's, since we didn't do Lightbringer, that brings us up to 18, I think. Yep, I think that's up to 18. Movement racial traits. Here we go. Climb. Think to yeah, I think climb, jump. Yeah, swift as shadows, swim, terrain stride, vestigial wings. Interesting. Gustatha. Okay. So. Okay. I think that makes sense. That would be craft. I think that would be, yeah, I think that would be a good one. Yes. Okay, so detect magic. All right. So how much we got? We got 2 plus 4 is 6. My 1 plus 1. 7, 8, 9. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. Hi, DM Dingbat. Welcome. We're doing Smurfs in Smurfs in D&D. So let's hang on. Okay, so we got 2 plus 4 is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we got 18. Yeah, we got 18, so we can do another plus 2. Yeah, let's do... Alright, so yeah, I think... Then we'll... Hang on, we'll do this. Let's see. The skill and feat one. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Monstrous. Skill and feat. Okay. Craftsman. I would say that's... Okay, so 1 RP. Bonus on... Crafts or... We'll just have to figure out a -1 for... All right. On craft or profession checks. So that way we... I mean, we could move lucky down to lesser and then... yeah, I don't think monstrous. Let me see. Maybe we just won't have... I feel like we're thinking something through. Might take out the Gifts of Tongues, and then put... so I could either take out the Gifts of Tongues, and that would give him climb. I don't think climb... I don't think they need climb. Well, honestly, though, because they have such low strength, and the Smurfs are always climbing stuff. I feel like that's a thing. And they have extremely low strength, so, because of the thing. So I'm going to say lucky down to lesser. So that brings it down to 2 RP, and it's only a +1 bonus on all saving throws. And then we can, craftsman, and then climb. Just freaking... Okay, hang on. Quadrup, Grantling appended, no. Rodent nymph, no. Rat folk subtype. Okay, claws, no. Sticky, slapping, no. We're going for basic, constant, yes. Offensive, and then... And then since... No, because they already have low light vision. We don't need... the movement ones, I think, goes scavenge... Fade damage. No, we got offensive. Okay, yeah, it definitely... Foul match. I think there was a movement one. But here we go. It's over here. Climb. 2 RP. Yep. So... Yeah, and then... I think that puts us just about... And... I don't necessarily think they are dumb. Yeah, no, they are kind of on the dumb side. I don't know. I would count that as a negative in wisdom, not negative intelligence, personally. But we already have a -4 in strength, and I thought about it. Believe me, we did it. Remember, we were thinking about it. Yeah. Alright, I think this gives us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, oh, wait. 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 19. This gives us 19, which is, perfectly balanced. So maybe I could squeeze another 1 RP in there. But or we could, if we did, if we did, what was the other one for weaknesses? Hang on. Breeze Kissed was cool, but no, we agreed on not doing that because it's too many RPs. Well, we considered, so... Hi, Iculus! Welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. Yeah, welcome. We're doing Smurfs. We're creating a Pathfinder balanced, using the Advanced Race Guide's race builder in the back to create Smurfs in Pathfinder. Because, yeah, Smurf stat block. We've balanced it out pretty well so far. I've given them a climb speed, and let's see. They get their Fey, so they have low light vision, +2 Dex and -2 Strength because tiny, but that gives them a +2 AC as well. -2 on combat maneuvers and the combat maneuver defense. They get +8 to stealth checks. They're sneaky little ones. So I did -4 Strength, +2 Constitution, and +2 Charisma for their stat. We thought about doing another -2 for Wisdom, but have fun with the family. Movies are always awesome sauce. Bye. Cat folks. Wow. What else? I suppose I could give them slow speed, but they're pretty quick for what they are, and they get a +2 dexterity anyway, so I feel like that doesn't make much sense, although they have stumpy little legs. Maybe we could do it slow, and then that would burst out all the other, sorry. That would help bump them up for we could do something else for the, other stuff. But I think we're good on that. I think we're pretty well balanced for now. We could also ding out the wisdom score to get one more, and then get, I don't know, what other... Oh, kneecapper. Members of the race get a +4 bonus on combat maneuvers to trip an opponent. Poison use, orc ferocity. There's some, or jumper. I think climb, having an extra climb speed is more than enough. Yeah, I think we're good on this front. So we're going to save, because always, always, always save your work. And we're going to go down. So we're at 19 RP, which is pretty good, considering. So we have all of these. We are, yeah. The only thing, if we, bumped up the weaknesses, including minus wisdom, we could do extra lucky and extra +2 on bonus on all saving throws. But I think this is good. So we have all of that. Now we have to get, where in Greyhawk would they, so we have to think, never wear shirts. Males seldom wear shirts. That's another. Amanda suggested hat color based on class. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Which is a possibility for sure. Okay. Purple-blooded, they have blue skin. Well, some wear shirt. All right, so 10 to live. Okay, so 10. So if they're Fae, right? Wise ruler. Sorry, so they tend to live in villages run by one rise ruler, right? Hence Papa Smurf. So, they also have a very skewed gender ratio, which suggests, well, that's assuming that they're, mammalian, and that they're born the way humans are born, or other mammals are born. Although I think they're probably born in, like, 3s and 4s, rather than, say, properly, as, one at a time. Because I feel like, given the skin sex ratio, ratio, favoring males at I don't know, how 20 to 1, 25 to 1 ratio. Yeah, 25 to 1 ratio, I'd say. Honestly, because you've seen the Smurf villages, there's probably, let's see. Let's see. Maybe a high sorcerer? Makes Fey-blooded sorcerer, which is a thing in Pathfinder, which is the one beef I have with 5th edition. Well, okay. I have a lot of beefs with 5th edition, to be fair. I have a lot of beefs with Pathfinder, too. Yeah, but the tribes aren't that big. I mean, you got one queen Smurfette, as it were. But they, the villages you see are like a 20, maybe like to 40, maybe, but they're not. I don't think 1 to 100 is quite right, because I think there's more than that. That's an interesting thing, though. Because the Smurf concept of gender has to be so very, very different than the human concept. Because, yeah, but that's the thing, is that's not how biology works. Assuming that they're a biological species. The way they, like insects, even insects technically don't, like bees. Interesting. So, they have eggs, and, with, so they're like, lay eggs, ooh, that's an interesting thought, with, actually, with one female per village, yeah, but that suggests that that's not how biology works. If they're a legitimate race of people, which is a humanoid, even Fae are born and die. It doesn't, that is way too, especially for something like Greyhawk, where you have, like, that's the thing, though, is that, but they are, I mean, I was hoping to make them into one, you know what I mean? Like, so they get, willed into existence? That, how can you can't just will, I feel like that's not right, though. They seem, they're not that magical. Like, yes, they're portrayed that way, but that's because it's a kid's show and the logic of it doesn't actually make sense. But if you consider the they don't have that kind of vibe, you know what I mean? They have the vibe of, I don't know how to explain it. Even through magic, though, you can, just willing things into existence is, yeah, but here's the thing about that, is what happens when Papa Smurf dies? Are they immortal? If you kill off Papa Smurf, does that mean the entire line of Smurfs dies? Because they can't, not necessarily. People, that people can't, yeah, but any other, like, elves and dwarves and humans, they are crafted to be, legitimate peoples, and, I mean, there's no more porn of them than there is of humans. There's actually a lot less, actually, to be fair. Um, uh, that makes sense. All right, so with one female per village, that would be interesting. That makes sense then. One female per village. Hang on. I think I got it. Hatched as eggs and grow rapidly. Reaching physical maturity within a week. Or otherwise, it's a thought. There we go. That makes sense. All right, I think I got this. So they grow rapidly, reaching physical maturity in a week. And they fill extremely specialized roles within their communities, seldom being hatched except as a replaced village member who dies or otherwise leaves their role. When they're granted names by their leader, who chooses the name based on the role they fill. Here, one female. And possibly one backup queen. There you go. That makes sense because here's the thing. Smurfette was the original show, right? The queen died and there was no backup queen. So, so they had been living without a queen in the village for years. No new Smurfs. Papa Smurf was just running as best he could. Then they ended up with Azarak sent Smurfette, if I remember correctly, the lore correctly. Gargamel sent Smurfette to try to mess with them. But basically, Papa Smurf won her over and released the foul magics Gargamel had on her mind so that she was just a Smurf, but Smurfette. Basically, she became the new queen. So, with one female queen per village. If she dies, to mutate. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh. Right, because and then he messed with her mind, sent her back, and then they had to fix her mind so she could take her rightful place as their queen again. Yes. Oh, right, I don't know what game. I know the Patriots aren't playing till 8. I know it's a big football weekend, and of course, there can't be all the parties because shenanigans. But, yeah. Next to impossible. There you go. Flounder. Uh-huh. That is. Alright, that makes sense. Huh. So, right. But any really good sorcerer, often a sorcerer or evasion? I mean, it makes sense. I don't know how I could. The thing, alright, so then I would have to give them something out. Like, we'd have to tweak the race points to make it so they weren't overbalanced. But, Um, Tieflings. Um, uh, well, they already get a +1 bonus on all saves. I could offer them. That's only if, also, yeah, but that's, I know evocation spells, yeah. The evasion, so here's the thing. Alright, right. Evasion is a class trait. That's the thing about that, is that I've never heard of, there's no, evasion as a racial trait is almost non-existent. So I don't know. Yeah, but that's, so that's the fair thing is, unless they're just immune to freaking lightning damage, which is a possibility, except then I'd have to, okay. Let me look and see about evasion as a racial trait. So, let's see. Oh. All right. Oh, that's true. Hang on. In that case, we'd have to skills and skill bonus. Silent Hunter, Sneaky Rider, Sociable, Stalker, Static bonus. Static bonus feat. Prerequisites none. So evasion as a static. Hang on. Let me check something real quick. We're gonna get some trickiness. Okay, so I got a plan. Okay, hang on. Okay, so feats. Okay, don't show this again. Yes, thank you. Blood hacks. Let's see. Acrobatics. Okay, hang on. Evasion. Hang on. CD. Hang on. Give me a minute. Is evasion. Drunkards. Ooh. Hang on a sec. God of Drunkenness or similar. Constitution modifier. Remove paralysis as a free action. Oh, wow. So you get a nice little extra boon from the Drunken God. Caden Callian loves you. Okay, so boom. You go away. Thank you. Evasion. Extra lay on hands, extra key, extra... Do they have extra wild? They better have extra wild. They do not have extra wild shape. That is BS. That is the most important... No. No. That is absolute... Sorry. This is the one... Okay. You know what? Yes. We're gonna do it. We're gonna treat it as a feat. And Okay, yeah. So that's how we'll do it. We'll do it this way. We'll do... Hang on. That's fair. So, we're gonna do... Static bonus feat, which means we're gonna have to figure out something else. So... Feat. All... Smurfs have evasion. Also, hello, welcome to any newcomers. Looking at the numbers, it's not going down, and I know Damning Matt left, so I'm pretty sure we have new people coming in. If so, welcome. I greatly appreciate your coming in. My name is Lee. He imbibes today. Sheer They is fine. Welcome. We are making Smurfs and Pathfinder Advanced Race Guide Race Builder because reasons. But yes, we are going to give them a static bonus feat, which is 2 RP, which brings up to 21. So we're going to have to nick a point off somewhere to keep it within the advanced and not, balance it better. So what we're going to do, all Smurfs have evasion. Any granted by class level becomes greater evasion. Yes, I believe that's the term. So let's see. That's 2 race points. Yep. Okay. So yes, which means we gotta find a way to ditch. Let's go back to the beginning. Weakness. -2 +2. Let's see. Mixed weakness, and then +2, +2, -2, -4. Yep. Okay, so we're going back to mixed weakness, which is -1. So we're going with this, and we're putting a minus mixed weakness, and that was -2. This is the only way we're going to get -2, and then that brings it -2 wisdom. All right. Maybe we should put dexterity instead of constitution. But they already get a +2 dexterity for the thing. But that gives us, that puts us at exactly 20, which is exactly what we need. So we're just going to save it again. All right, balance it out better. They do all have evasion. That works. Okay. So we got that going for us. Let me see. Let's see. Hatched. Yes, they rapidly grow to base name. Next to impossible if it's just outright. Leave village to flounder along as best they can. To found a new village. New village. Okay, this is important. This is a big one. One of the Smurfs who is a magic user Yeah, I'm not sure so either. I'm going to take that out. Okay. Okay. One of the Smurfs who is a magic user must either steal or acquire an unhatched egg, and then he becomes the new village leader. Hatching the queen. Yeah, that makes sense. So, alright. Right. Smurf villages, hang on. That should be down here then. Alright. I mean, doesn't Smurfette have a hat like the other Smurfs? Being the queen of the original Smurf village, she has a hat, doesn't she? Instead of a bow? I mean, and not to say Smurfs couldn't be that way, but I distinctly remember her having a hat. It looked kind of cute. I know. See, I remember these things. There you go. Always has pockets. Alright. Yeah. That's matching monochromatic clothing with leaving wearing different clothing than the rest of the Smurfs. Alright. The queen might wear. So she might have a bow, depending, but... Alright. Yep. Yeah, I was thinking I should end the stream as well. Okay. Because I am falling asleep. I need a nap. Streaming for long periods of time tends to get me very tired. So I think, yeah, I was thinking of ending this stream, and you sealed the deal. I am going to give you all a link. Relentless Rebels is a very nice little they make very cool jewelry. And you can they make necklaces like, check this out, ready? They make necklaces like this one, which is pretty cool. Which is, pretty awesome. They have good quality, decent prices for the high quality, and you can get an extra 20% off. Shipping does take a little while. It does take quite a while to ship if you don't live in Europe, so be mindful of that, especially with the pandemic. But, if you're willing to wait, it's very much worth it. So they're our sponsor. Also, my Discord, right. I have a Discord for fun people who want to hang out with me all the time. So yeah, I might. Oh, yes. I need to get that on that if I can. That is the Discord. If any of you want to stop by, hang out, vibe with me, we have the Greyhawk discussion. We have memes. It's a little quiet sometimes, but, always a fun time. And I post the schedule on there, so you know when I'm streaming. Monday, I'm not streaming tomorrow, but I am streaming Monday. I have a Good Morning Greyhawk stream at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, which is all about Greyhawk lore and such, being the Dungeons & Dragons setting, the old one that no one uses much anymore, very rarely anyway. We have Greyhawk on Mondays. Tuesday and Wednesday tend to be late night. I might switch that out, but for now, Tuesday and Wednesday are late night. Tuesday I might start switching to daytime, but for now, Wednesday's definitely late night. Tuesdays and Thursdays are Warhammer 40k, and Wednesday is my own homebrew world that I've been creating, and Fridays I tend to stream 1:30 a variable stream for fun stuff. Saturdays are request days, so special Saturday streams are much more structured and usually are on request. For example, say requested starting up Smurfs, so we're starting up Smurfs. As a replacement for halflings, I believe he said. So, last time it was a reaction video for KDA, which is kind of cool. It's a K-pop-esque band, which is amazing. Tapao is going to stream Animal Crossings, and given that it's Arisia, and given that, Pao is kind of cool, I think we're going to raid into them. Or we're going to raid into her. So, suggest joining the Discord. Could be a lot of fun. A good time. If you like jewelry, Relentless Rebels is a great source. They can get you 20% off. If not, don't worry about it. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on Monday or whenever you catch another stream. I stream fairly frequently, and I very much love to have people on. I always appreciate when people come on. All right, ready? Off we trot. We are going to Pow. Starting the raid. Let's do it. Um, 3, 2, 1.